It's now time to look at the required skills for this competency of erect and dismantle formwork for footings and slabs on the ground. These are the key skills that you should have developed to basically be deemed as competent in this competency. Now I'm going to be referring to a screen over here that has the dot points out so I can talk them through each one. Now the first part is you need to have good communication skills. Now they break that down into a lot of different things as well. First one, you need to be able to determine requirements. That could be with regard to asking questions, reading plans, etc. You should be able to have clear and direct communication, be able to question to identify and confirm requirements, share information, listen and understand. The main thing there is that clear and direct communication. If your boss basically comes up to you and gives you an instruction, you don't just not respond. You do need to make sure that you do indicate clearly to your boss that you know what is required of what they're asking. That could be by asking further questions, or it could be by repeating back what you understand that you're being asked to do. You should be able to follow instruction straight away. If you're trying to do this sort of work and you're given an instruction by your foreman or your boss or anything like that, and you don't follow them, then you're kind of throwing away the competency. Read and interpret documentation from a variety of sources, plans, specifications and drawings. Now obviously you're not going to be, as a first year apprentice, able to read everything from a plan bang straight out, but within the industry this is a competency that you build on throughout time. So you will have to identify basics for the competency, basic plan reading, basic specifications and that sort of stuff. And the documentation will come from a variety of sources, MSDSs, building site plans, safe work method statements, those sort of things. Report faults. That's not just a case of you going, broken, alright? While that's a good thing to be able to, tool's broken or something like that, and go up to your foreman and say, this tool is broken, I don't think we should be using it. There's probably a fault form that you might have with the place that you're working with, so that's one thing you need to do. Use language and concepts appropriate to cultural differences. That can be a number of things. One, you've got to basically not assume that everybody has the same background as you and may not understand colloquialisms or slang language or that sort of stuff. So you need to make sure that you are explaining and questioning things clearly, and don't be racist. Racism is not accepted on construction sites at all. Use and interpret non-verbal communication such as hand signals. Okay, you will obviously get taught a lot of hand signals, especially in noisy environments, so come over here, stop. There might be some other things that they have, especially when plants moving around, bobcats and that sort of stuff. You need to be able to understand those sort of things. Okay, so that all comes under communication skills. Then you've got numeric skills to apply measurement and make calculations. Okay, so you are being able to measure and take into account, here's our total measurement we need, and I need to have this subtracted from this, or you need to be able to do basic numeracy, basic addition, subtraction, multiplication, those sort of things. Organisational skills, including the ability to plan and set out work. So you should be able to make sure that you plan what you need to have, get everything together before going onto site, because you can't turn around and go back to the factory. Okay, if everything's stored in the ute or in your van, then that's excellent because you've got everything there, but then you've got your materials that you need to make sure you've got access to. You need to have teamwork skills to work with others, to action tasks and relate to people from a range of cultural and ethnic backgrounds and with a varying physical and mental abilities. The range of ability on a construction site is going to be massive. The range of backgrounds, the range of understanding, the education level, they're going to be so broad, and you need to be able to get along with it and be able to work as a team. There's no I in team. Some technological skills, you should be able to use a range of mobile technology such as two-way radios and mobile phones. Two-way radios will still probably be used on site more than mobile phones, although just about everybody on site would have a mobile phone now, and that becomes their tool of the trade. They'll use it for quoting, they'll use it for doing their calculations and that sort of stuff. So you obviously need to have skills with using those sort of tools, technological tools, appropriately. And voice and hand signals to access and understand site-specific instructions. So there might be, you might learn a whole stack of signals, but in toolbox meetings in the start, they might say, these are specific signals that I'm going to say with regard to this job. You need to be able to understand those. They're all skills. Notice some of those skills are knowledge skills, some of them are attitude skills, some of the physical skills that you actually have to have.